For Colorado, just in general, whether it's building contractors or if it's infrastructure contractors, we are at a fairly low spot. I think it's approximated about 30,000 workers just in the state needed in the next 10 years to be able to accomplish the workload that we've got. We are one of the larger growing states, and even when we talk about the metro area, Denver is one of the larger growing metro areas in the country. So both of our associations, the AGC Colorado and the Colorado Contractors Association, we have that as our primary focus because all of our members, all of our contractors, whether it's a general contractor, specialty contractors, utility, roadwork, whoever, are really needing people. When you do have somebody that, when you have a 4-year degree compared to going either through a trade school or going to no school at all, maybe even having left high school, dropped out earlier, maybe not even have gone to high school, having no real formal education beyond a certain age, people will see it as that's the pathway to the trades. They just don't understand that what we call apprenticeship is the other 4-year degree, and you end up not leaving, not finishing your program with any school debt and everything like that. I think it's a miscommunication, one thing, and then it's also just a falsehood about what the genuine opportunities are in the construction industry. So I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a heavy equipment operator or a carpenter, and that can be a carpenter on a commercial where you're actually building walls and buildings, or it can be a carpenter building bridges. When you can actually tell someone, you know, in about 5, maybe at the most 6 years after starting, if you really apply yourself and you put yourself into that as much as you want to get out of it, you can be easily making 60 to 80 grand a year with no student debt, with no other really of that other baggage system that you have with a lot of classical education programs. That's a little bit of an eye-opener for a lot of people that just genuinely don't know too much about the industry. For one, when there are students from any age, it doesn't matter if it's from elementary through school or even folks that are finished with school, non-traditional folks that are trying to go back through workforce development programs. The folks that are interested, you got to find them and keep them interested, because right now in the labor market that we're in, it's tough to compete just because people need work. The wage is competitive, so if you have somebody that is genuinely interested, getting their involvement and actually finding them with getting them involved with a contractor is key. So that's one thing. But then at the same time, trying to work with a lot of educators, whether it's inside the school districts itself or if it's through a workforce system. For many educators, the only real education system they know is what they went through. And there's nothing wrong with that, because if you don't know, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So we have to do our job as just good stewards of the industry to let people know of the opportunity with or without a degree system, what the construction industry actually holds for you. I mean, when you can say, this was never here before, and I made it happen. I myself, I even just tell them and encourage them. I have stories where this road, at least part of it, technically wouldn't have been here if I wasn't here. The structure that you're seeing, whether it's a bridge or if it's a building, I had a part in this. This is going to last for what I've got. So just the pride that you have in your work when you complete it. I believe everybody seeks and strives that for in the work that you want to do, in a career you want to pursue. But there's something extraordinarily tangible that isn't always offerable in a lot of different career paths. This is something that is everything you do, eventually you touch. And because of that, you just have a broader and I believe a more real connection with what you do. When it comes to those individuals that have got interest into the construction industry, they've dedicated 4 weeks of their time and life in the evening to be able to come and learn about more different possibilities and different opportunities in the construction industry itself. So I had that part, and then also with some of the other pilot programs that are, it's kind of integrated in with not just FHWA, but also the funding that comes through FHWA to CDOT, the Colorado Department of Transportation, doing what they call their RISE program. So same type of thing, trades training, getting people interested in the industry in different parts of, especially when it comes to highway work, whether it's doing road systems and actual pavement work, so heavy equipment operation, some of the utility information that inherently comes with that, talking about stormwater stuff for folks that have to get involved in that. So the vast majority of it is definitely working with individuals that are looking for trade positions and training them about the opportunities and what they would be doing in a day of the life or multiple days that are career full of those career opportunities. We connect with them so that not only are they getting that trades training that we're offering for that 4-week period during the evening so they can be informed about the different opportunities that they have in the industry, they also get a few different resource possibilities, whether it be especially when they have transportation difficulties, so they can get gas cards, or if they need bus passes because they don't have their own vehicle or other resources, to be able to get PPE, which when it comes to OSHA guidelines, certain things are required to be purchased by the employer, but certain things aren't. And I think that's where the Navigator component really ties in well, because 4 weeks, even though that sounds like a long time, a month, as everyone knows, will pass significantly faster than you want it to or could imagine it would have at the beginning of class. But at the end of it, if you have no clear direction, you're just kind of muddled. And I think that can lead to somebody just, well, I think what I've got is still good for now, and then not continuing that follow-up. And that's where the Navigators can actually continue that persistence of, you want this change, you know you want it. It might be difficult to make a decision, but let's explore what that decision is going to be.